Chapter 13. Sarah. Janice is at my door 5 minutes after I enter Monday morning, 2 mugs of coffee in hand and an apologetic look on her face. "I am so sorry about Saturday night," she says, handing one of the mugs to me. I take it and wrap my hands around it, enjoying the warmth. "What happened? Is everything all right?" She certainly seems okay. In fact, she looks more like the one who had a spa day than I do, as there are no dark circles under her eyes. Mine, however, seem to have grown deeper, despite my few relaxing hours on Saturday. She bites on her lip and drops her gaze. "Everything is fine. I had a friend reach out to me who needed to talk, and I didn't feel like I could say no." I don't buy her excuse. Whether it's the slight tell in the way her eyes slide to the side, or the conversation with JD Saturday night, I'm not sure. But one thing I do know is that I can't let her know that I don't believe her. "It's fine. I'm glad you could help a friend. In fact, it's sort of worked out that you didn't show up." She leans forward, her eyes wide and sparkling with interest. "What do you mean?" I don't even know why I said anything, but perhaps it's because I know she lied to me that I want to give her a story back. "The handsome guy from Friday showed up." "The one from dinner?" Her brow furrows and a look of disbelief covers her face. "The same one." When her mouth falls open and she blinks at me, I know she's shocked and trying to formulate the right words in her head. "Wow, that's coincidental, isn't it?" That's what I thought, but maybe serendipitous is a better word. She sits back, clearly realizing there's a bit of a story and eager to get comfortable for it. "What do you mean?" "Well, I got there a little early, but figured I'd order a drink while I waited for you. If I had waited to order until you got there, I probably would have left when I received your text." I shrug. "Anyway, I was just finishing the drink, and he showed up just minutes later." Serendipity. The corners of her lips twitch into a small smile. "Okay, so how did it go?" A hint of heat climbs up my neck as I think back to Saturday night. It definitely went well, but I'm not sharing that with Janice, so I embellish a little bit more. "It was good. We had a few rounds and then he drove me home, because evidently drinking wine on an empty stomach is not a good idea." "He drove you home?" I don't know whether the incredulity in her voice is because she doesn't believe I let him drive me home, or she doesn't believe the story. I roll my eyes and shake my head at her. "Yes, he drove me home, but it's not what you think. He walked me to my door, made sure I made it inside, and then left. He was a gentleman." JD did do this. It just happened to be on our first date and not Saturday night. So it's only a little white lie. Her left eyebrow quirks as she taps a finger against her lips. "And are you planning on seeing this gentleman again?" "I am. We have a date planned for a few days from now. How about you? Were you able to help your friend?" Her face goes blank for a moment as if she has no idea what I'm talking about. But then she smiles and nods. "Yes, I think so anyway. You never know though, right? I mean, Claire." She stops, and the two of us share a sad smile. I wonder if thinking of Claire will ever go away. "I'm sure you helped. You have such a way with words." "Thank you. I'm just happy I could be there." She looks down at her watch and stands. "Well, I better go check on my team to make sure the campaign is ready." "Okay, thanks again for the drink. I'll come check on the campaign later today." She smiles. "Always." As Janice leaves, I turn my attention to the computer to check emails and start drafting a new proposal for a client. But as my fingers strike the keys, the conversation with Janice plays back in my mind, and a sense of unease that I can't quite shake clings to my nerves. Why did she set me up a spa day? Why did she really cancel our wine night? And then I remember the meeting last week. Did Janice tell me she'd change the time, or did she just gaslight me to make me think she had? I shake my head, trying to push aside the unease that makes no sense. Janice is my best friend, my business partner. I shouldn't be second-guessing her story. But it doesn't matter how much I tell myself that. The whisper of doubt still lingers in my brain, planting seeds of suspicion that I try to ignore. As the day wears on, I find excuses to get out of my office. I tell myself it's for the exercise or to build rapport with the employees. But I'm really watching Janice. I'm watching the way she interacts with the staff, the way she smiles and banters with them, the way they respond to her. I realize that she's taken over most of the other meetings as well. Yes, I still meet with department heads, but Janice meets with the smaller teams. And I wonder if that's on purpose. Is she trying to take over my job? Make me unnecessary and then step in? What is wrong with me? Making me the head of the company was Janice's idea. Why would she want to kick me out now when she could have been an equal party at the beginning? I head to the bathroom to splash some water on my face. Maybe I'm coming down with something and feeling feverish. That might explain the crazy thoughts in my head. As I open the door to the bathroom, though, I hear the low hum of whispered voices. They're too quiet to make out the words, but it's obvious this is a secret conversation. Normally, I would have no desire to eavesdrop, but all I can wonder now is if the conversation is about me. Are the employees talking about how Janice would be a better boss, a more hands-on boss? One who doesn't forget meetings and then look crazy when she shows up late? Is there more that I've forgotten? I round the corner, determined to catch whoever is having the conversation in the act. But there's no one there. And then I see the feet beneath the stall and realize someone is on their phone and the conversation has nothing to do with me. Water. I came in here for water, so I move to the sink. But before I turn the water on, I examine my reflection in the mirror. I don't look crazy. My blonde hair is pinned back in its normal professional knot, and though there are traces of dark circles under my eyes, the cover-up I applied this morning is still working. I look normal, but maybe that's what crazy looks like. It looks normal on the outside even as it eats you up from within. The hushed conversation stops as the water pours from the faucet, but I only barely register it. I splash the water on my face, hoping that it will feel cold and refreshing, a sign that I might be feverish, but it just feels wet. With a sigh, I grab a paper towel and blot my face dry, careful not to smudge my makeup, and then head out the door. Maybe I need professional help, someone who can explain why I'm suddenly feeling so paranoid. And then it hits me, and my stomach sinks to the floor. It can't be. I refuse to let it.